It was loud.
There's some. Oh yeah, okay.
Machine park in the underground car park.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again welcome to the Auckland Memorial Museum and inside our beautiful Māori gallery. Before we head into the theatre, there are just a few things I'd like to remind you all about. Now the first is tickets. Please make sure you have the correct tickets. They should have Māori cultural performance printed on the front of it. Second, cell phones, mobile phones, can I please ask that you turn them off or turn them to silent so we have no distractions throughout our show. Last but not least, cameras, video cameras. Please feel free to use these throughout our performance. Our performers are not camera shy at all. And just one last note for our school that is coming in this afternoon. If we could have the tickets presented before everyone goes in, that would be awesome. Thank you so much. Other than that, enjoy yourselves and follow me.
When did Helen say that she's going to get rid of it? Yeah, I don't want to take off my shoes. It says take off your shoes at the door. That's how we apply the take off the shoes. But I don't see any notice that says take off the shoes.
I took my shoes off and I went inside.
Oh, okay.
No, already, and I took my shoes. I've already been in the video and everything.
Okay. So, okay. So the front door is what we call the tatau, T-A-T-A-U, tatau. Okay. What you see in there that's being done now, at this point, are people who are restoring the whakairo. The whakairo is the carvings that were done in ancient times. I believe that this marae has been here for a good 19th century. 19th century, and we're already in the 20th centuries. Okay, so the making of this particular marae, as you can see, was made out of bamboo. The tukutuku panels were made out of kēkia, K-I-E-K-I-E, okay, kēkia plants, and that's how you get these type of weavings. Yeah, that's what you call the tukutuku panels. Here, these are what you call the whakairo, the carvings. Okay. Now, because these have been here for a long time, people that are expert in the field in saving these type of carvings that have been here forever, their job is to make sure that they don't rot and they don't decay. So they go through it with a fine-tooth comb, because they're in the museum. They go through it with a fine-tooth comb and do things really carefully. Is all I can say in that language, is doing things very carefully. And what are they doing very carefully? They're going back into the carvings, they're going back into the patterns and making sure that the patterns are kept in its original state. Okay? Here, the front part here is called the paipai, P-A-E-P-A-E, paipai. It is the front court. It is the front court of the marae. This is where the paipai is, where they normally do the welcome of manuhiri. Manuhiri are the visitors, and they have someone that stands out here, a female that stands out here and on the paipai doing a karanga, which is a call, and they call the manuhiri onto their marae. Inside is where normally the iwi waits for the manuhiri to arrive inside. Yeah, natural. Yeah. Funny, you know, this is the storage. This is where they stored all the foods, and sometimes these buildings will be even higher, right up, like really high up. But these type of buildings was mainly for the storage of food. It had to be off ground for predators like, in our days, would be the dogs that were introduced to New Zealand. So the dogs, the rats. Also the rats, and believe it or not, cats that were introduced into New Zealand as well.
Okay, I want to put a new face.
But a lot of these buildings that you see in the museum, they all come from Te Arawa. They are not the local Māori, which are Ngāti Whātua. Yeah. So if it's not from Ngāti Whātua, if they're not from Ngāti Whātua, you can guarantee that these artefacts have been transported up carefully so that they are displayed. Te Arawa people are the type of people that you'd like to go and see because of the type of things that they have in their own iwi. And with that hinaki, you are able to, in those days, catch eels. Māori in those days got right into eating eels and smoking them and frying them and all sorts. No wonder Dad cooked it a lot. Anyway, that's why I remember Dad doing it a lot. Anyway, a lot of the eels were caught in that type of netting, the hinati. Okay, those are popos. Okay, each one of those are popos. Each one of them will represent an ancestor, a Māori ancestor. So depending on which tribal area these popos come from, popo is another name for pole. The main pole on marae. Okay? These are the main pole on the marae. They kept the marae upright. Like that. And like that. The archways were more prominent. Those are the tip of the marae. The archways were more prominent because it represented the actual iwi itself and their ancestor within that iwi. So every iwi has a different carving on top because it represents their ancestor. So in this case, with the museum, they'll probably display quite a few iwis popo and quite a few iwis marae. Take photos of these. Okay, these type of weapons was the taiaha. That was the most common one, this one here. This is the most common one that you will see in the past and also today. They use them also today. This one here. It's called a taiaha. It's like a spear. It's like a spear, and they usually perform that dance with this particular spear during the kōwhiri ceremony or the welcoming ceremony. So the welcoming ceremony will identify whether you come as friend or foe. And it's normally stated in the karanga that's spoken out from the tangata whenua, who are the people of that marae, to the manuhiri, who are the visitors that come. Okay, so you will see that often, like that young warrior that you saw that's going to perform, he was carrying one as well. And you can guarantee that he'll do the performances as well. Okie dokie. And the patus, okay? Meres and patus. They were used in warfare. So what they were really good for was chopping off your head. And the ponomu was the best one. But these little kinks in it, in the patu, they're the ones that grab your neck and probably slice it off. Not that we practice it today, but you would see that in movies today. It's funny. You know, they say that warriors wore these, okay? Today you'll see Māori just wearing them as belts and necklaces and bands. But I'm sure with these prominent weavings, you can guarantee that only a chiefly line would have worn those sort of things. And by the looks of it, they looked as if they were big people. Unless they went around quite a few times, eh? 1, 2, 3, I don't know. Yeah. I'm surprised I've seen that because that gives me the impression that that's like a torch.
What is that, number 3?
So, here's putatara. Putatara is like a horn. A horn, but when you blow in the horn, it's like a trumpet as well. That's a trumpet too?
Yeah.
This one is the main one. This is the most common one. See that young fella that came out here? He blew a horn. It was exactly like that.